It's incredible out here. Haven't seen a soul in 2 days, except for my traveling companions. You all right, Brenda?
What?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ice off my feet.
I'm Brian Dillard with Archetype Video and Audio. There's a hashtag, Archetype Adventures. We do documentary films, just about anything that requires art and capturing life's moments. Or in She's a Life moment about every second of it. But we recently finished a project basically to really promote the conservation and the beauty of the Ozark Scenic Riverways. And you can see that on YouTube. My business partner, Ashley Wilson, I think he titled it Behold the Beauty on the Current River, etc. by Archetype Video and Audio. I grew up partially on this river. My family's from Salem, Missouri. And my father traveled out west when he was very young to make it in music and television. And fortunately, he made it. I've got a lot of fond memories. It was a Dillard family tradition to float this river just about every year. All of us would get on the river and pretty much monopolize the whole thing. But we all have those real sweet memories when we're young, and some when we're old, and some we're in between. But they stick with us, and that's where nostalgia is defined. For this river, it's a home river. I've floated many rivers in the country, hiked a lot of trails, and this is really the first time I've sat down and done any kind of a monologue. You look lost, John.
No, I was waiting for you. I was going to go behind you. Didn't want to mess your shot.
Ah, no, you're not messing anything up. This isn't some 20th Century Fox production here. Walk on by. Just don't slip and fall.
Walk on by.
Wearing all that camouflage, probably can't see anyway, brother. Don't sing.
Look, the tree just walked by.
Yeah, no kidding. But, so back to this. I try to come back to this river every so often, but Ashley and I decided to do a video project that really captured the essence of it. So through the course of a year, we came out and shot different portions of the river in 3 different seasons, actually. As you can see now, it's well in the dead of winter. So basically just wanted to give you an idea of what goes on behind the scenes and what you have to do to prepare for some of these trips. Now, some of you guys out there, you know, you're on top of your game. I've seen some of your films, and I'd like to give a shout out to Robert Fields. Fantastic videography, very informative. There's substance to his film or video, whatever you want to call it. You learn something, and that's really important. But we wanted to do something for the people that really can't get out and see what this is like. You know, the real visceral experience of being in this environment. So in a minute here, I'll kind of walk you through, and now I'll introduce you to some of the gear that we've come to learn and trust. And I'm not going to talk about the gear that we've tried and it's failed or not been very useful, because I'm just ethically, I'm not going to do that to another company. But the gear that we do take into the field with us when we do these things, we got to rely on. There's no cell phone service here. As I said at the beginning of this, we haven't seen a soul in a couple of days, and we won't see one probably until we get back up in the truck and load our gear back up and this is over. So you got to be self-reliant. I mean, you could probably walk out of here, you know, using GPS or maps, but this is pretty desolate, especially this time of year. There's no one here. I like it that way. That's the whole piece of it. What are you doing, John?
I'm trying to unthaw my hat. My hatches are froze shut.
Well, I got an idea for you. Why don't you take the jet boil, heat the water, let the water cool down to where it's just temperate, and then pour the water over the boat,
Yeah.
and it's the ambient temperature's warmed up enough, but don't do hot, you'll crack your plastics.
Yeah.
But just, you know, get it lukewarm enough just to get the frost off of it, and that'll get you taken care of. Sound like a plan? What's that?
I'll do that after we eat.
Okay. With you, food's always first, isn't it, brother?
Huh?
With you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, I've lost my track. I just wanted to take a moment, tell you why this river's special to me. But let me tell you, there's you guys that are adventurers, that like to do the things that we like to do. The Greenbrier in West Virginia is phenomenal. The New River. Shout out to River Kings. Man, that guy puts together some really good videos. It's what actually got me from off the trail and into a kayak. Kayaked for years, but getting back into a good system is a vehicle that can take you to places like this is phenomenal. I'll tell you, I could keep going on with rivers. 11 Point, which isn't far from here in Missouri. Jack's Fork, which is a tie into this river, about 20 plus miles downriver from where I'm sitting right now. The Black River, a little bit murky, doesn't have as many spring fed tributaries as this one does. This river is predominantly just packed with springs, and they're beautiful. Every one's just something to see. You watch our video, and it'll pretty much reveal all that for you. Not all of it. Camera can only see so much. You got to get out here and experience it yourself. Well, that's about it. Future videos, we're planning on hitting the Pecos out west, Devil's River. Robert Fields did a great video on that. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to get off here and get something to eat, start packing up. We got a lot of miles to burn today.